Audio Jungle.
Hello and welcome. This is Electric Bob here with an amazing overview of the North American Crusher Duty electric motor. You will find an electrical motor guide located at electricalhelper.org/NAE-guide. Just click on the photo to be taken to the detailed page for the Crusher Duty electric motors. It is important to note that the North American Crusher Duty motor is a heavy-duty cast iron construction with extremely high torque. As you can see in the application notes, its special purpose use is for crushing and pulverizing equipment and other industrial equipment requiring extremely high starting torques. In scrolling down on the page, you will be introduced to a spreadsheet where the different horsepowers and speeds are referenced. Of course, at the top of the spreadsheet, you will see the horsepower, RPM, catalog number, frame number, voltage, amperage, and other pertinent information to a specific motor. I assume at this point you will want to look first for a given horsepower and RPM. All of the information for a particular motor is in a row, left to right across the page. Catalog numbers are listed for the individual motors in a column that is highlighted in yellow and is something that you'll want to make note of for future reference. Since the frame size indicates the physical dimensions of the motor, including the shaft size, base mounting holes, distance to the center of the shaft, those critical dimensions are all so very important to you. We have created PDF data sheets for each and every motor. All you need do is click on the frame size for that particular motor and it will open the PDF for your review and or download. Please note that when the PDF opens, you will be presented with all of the physical dimensions in the top half of the PDF. This is where you can look at and review the base measurements, the dimensions of the shaft, the length of the motor, everything that you might need to find out and make sure that physically your motor is going to fit your application. The bottom half of the PDF data sheet is dedicated to the performance of the individual motor selected. In our case, we selected a 1.5 horsepower at 1740 RPM. The frame is a 145T, and of course it has the efficiencies on here, the power factor, the torque foot-pounds, the amperage at 480 volt, the bearing sizes, the class of insulation, the enclosure type, and the service factor, which is probably vitally also important to you. In this case, in this particular motor that we have selected, it's a 1.15, and of course the weight of the motor. And some of these statistics are shown on the main page, but when you need more information, this is the data sheet that you'll want for your particular motor. Here you will find a column detailing the voltage or voltages required for the operation of your motor. If it is dual voltage, then you will select whichever voltage it is that the motor is intended to run on. There are electrical connection details on the nameplate of the motor. The nameplate is a metal tag or a paper tag affixed to the exterior of your motor. Here we have a column detailing the amperage draw at full load for your motor at 480 volt. So if your motor is operating at 240 volt, you would then have to multiply that amperage by 2 in order to accommodate a full load capacity for your motor. For all intent and purposes, the type frame column is of no importance to us at this time. The torque percentage breakdown, on the other hand, is something that if you need more help with, please call. The C dimension of the motor is the total length of the motor overall from one end to the other. And the weight of the motor, of course, is expressed here in pounds. The notes column is extremely important for you in selecting your motor. Please be sure and check the notes appropriate to the motor of your choice. For example, we will click on the note applicable for the 1.5 horsepower motor, and a PDF will appear for your review so that you can check the appropriate notes and take action accordingly. The column headed for motor protection has a link by each motor which will redirect you to a page describing the motor protection for that particular horsepower motor. Now be careful with that, because when you get there, you're going to have at your disposal both the protection for 240 volt and the protection for 480 volt. Yes, they are labeled and identified, but it is important that you realize where you're at when you're clicking on the individual links on that page. There is a movie on that page that describes how that page works. In addition, you have a column marked your price and a bar on the right side of the table, which you can use to scroll down to see all the various horsepowers available on this page. We at electricalhelper.org are here to keep you moving forward with your electrical needs and service. Please consider using the CrusherDuty North American electric motor. You can find out more by clicking on the link below this movie, and we want to thank you for watching.